So 3x plus 2 plus 5x minus 3. So we can't solve it because there's no equation to solve, no equal sign. All we can do is simplify it, evaluate it. Okay, and that's when we do the joining like terms. So 5x plus 3x is 8x, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Okay. Now, an equation is what we've been doing recently. 2 equals x plus 5. All right, that's an equation because it has an equal sign. So we would just, obviously, it's a very basic one, but x equals negative 3. And then inequality would be something like 3x is greater than 9. Could be greater than, less than, greater than, equal, less than, or equal. Doesn't matter. Okay? But we divide by 3, x is greater than 3. Okay? So those are our three options. We can simplify an expression or evaluate it. We can solve an equation or an inequality. Okay. So, negative 2w plus 3. What is that? It's an expression. There's no equal sign. So it's just an expression. Alright? So it can be evaluated. It can't be solved. It can just be evaluated. So what that means is, evaluated means you can plug numbers in and get a new number. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to plug in these numbers here. But we're going to take out the w and put in a 4. So we're going to have negative 2. We're going to take out the w and put in a negative 25. Everything else stays the same. We're going to take out the w and put in a 3 halves. Okay? Now, it's a very common thing. People want to just put an equal sign here and say, oh, negative 2 plus 4 plus 3 equals. It's understandable, and it's not like I'm going to mark you wrong, but technically, mathematically, you shouldn't just put an equal sign because it wasn't an equation. So usually we work down underneath it and just put the number underneath, or you put them like an arrow saying this becomes that. Like I said, if you put an equal sign, I'm not going to mark it wrong. But know why we don't just willy-nilly throw equal signs in. So negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. So that simplifies, evaluates. You're evaluating what happens when you plug that number in. 2 times 25 is 50. Negative times negative is positive. 50 plus 3 is 53. Now, don't let the fraction throw you off, because what do the 2's do? No, 2 on top, 2 on bottom. This division starts with C, rhymes with cancels. Yeah, it cancels, good. So the 2's cancel. Why does that cancel? Okay, the 2's cancel. But I still got the negative, right? So the negative makes it 3, negative 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. All right, what is this? An equation, because of that equal sign right there. Okay, so it can be solved. Very good. So it can be solved. Okay, the equation above, we're just going to solve that. So we're going to rewrite it. I'm going to distribute this 2. Remember, it's a negative 2. Be careful about that. So I'm going to just do the first step right here. 6w. When I multiply negative 2 times the 4, I get negative 8w. And remember, it's a negative 2 times the 3, so I get minus 6. The plus 1 does not get multiplied by negative 2 because it's not in the parentheses. And then we have equals negative 4. Now on this side, all we're going to do is kind of clean it up. So w, number, all right? So 6w's take away 8w's is negative 2w. Negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. And that's still equal to negative 4. Now, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Those cancel, giving me negative 2w equals 1. Divide by negative 2, and w equals negative 1/2. That's solved. All right. If the value of the variable is called a solution of the equation or inequality, it's because the value makes the equation or inequality true. And if you want to write the words, I just use the symbols. It makes the equation or the inequality true. So a solution makes a true statement. Okay. So we're going to take these and plug these in. Okay. We're going to plug in 3 here. Negative 2 times 3 plus 3 equals 7. Well, that's negative 6 plus 3 equals 7. Negative 3 equals 7. Is that a true statement? No, it's not. So we put a slash through here, saying it's not true. They're not equal. Okay? Now we try the negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2 plus 3 equals 7. Well, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4 plus 3 equals 7. Is that a true statement? It is.
Sure. Let's see. Come on, right?
No,
Were you still in here? We've had some changes. I can't remember who has moved. Amon moved down there. You were staying here.
I need a paper. No, it's stuff that.
What are you talking about?
I thought we like you gave out because I wasn't here yesterday.
No.
Hi, Mr. Hill.
Yeah.
How are you? Do you have a couple of calculators that we can try out? This y'all.
Yeah, Carlo has the box with like 20 of them. He has the extras because McDonald didn't need them. So he has the extra box. Okay, so technically we're supposed to plug the negative 5 in. But since it's an equation, if negative 2 is the answer, can negative 5 be the answer? Is there any reason to waste time plugging that in to see if it works? No, because it's an equation. Now, with inequalities, there can be more than one answer, but in an equation, we said the other day, there's only one answer. So if there's only one answer and we just found the answer, we don't need to do any more work. Okay, on number 2, we do have to do more, maybe have to test all 3 of them. So, negative 2 times 3 plus 3 greater than 11. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6 plus 3 greater than 11. Negative 3 is greater than 11. Is that true or false? That's false. So we just put a line through it saying they're not. It's not a true statement. Let's try negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 plus 3 greater than 11. 4 plus 3 greater than 11. Is 7 greater than 11? It is not, so that's false. Another lie. So let's try the third one. Negative 2 times negative 5, I can write, plus 3 greater than 11. Negative 2 times negative 5 is what? 10. And 10 plus 3 is 13. greater than 11. Is that true? It is. So in other words, -5 is the solution here, and -2 is the solution there. And they're solutions because they make the statement true. They make the equation true, they make the inequality true. Okay, so symbols show relationships between numbers. Okay, this is just pretty obvious stuff. This is obviously equals. This symbol we just kind of maybe just learned is not equal. So when you put a slash through the equal sign, it is not equal. Now these four are kind of sticky because technically we can read either direction, right? So this symbol right here technically is less than or greater than. It just depends on which direction you read it. Okay? But technically, that's true. But since most times we read left to right, most people call this a less than sign. Now remember, I could read right to left and I would say something is greater than something else. And that's okay. But since we generally read left to right, it's generally understood that this is less than and this is greater than. And then it follows that this is less than or equal, and this is greater than or equal. Pretty basic vocabulary. Okay, in algebra, we use a variable or a letter, whatever you want to say. A variable or a letter to hold the place of an unknown amount. We don't know what it is, we just put an X in there, or a Y, or a Q. Okay, so again, for each example below, classify as an expression, equation, or equality, and translate it into algebra. So the sum, I'm going to actually work backwards. I'm going to translate first. The sum of a number, unknown, and 1. What is that? Expression, because there's no equal sign, right? You don't see the words is equal to, add up to, is. The sum of a number and 1 is 5. Okay, is means equals. 4 is less than W. 4 is less than W. That's an inequality, because it has less than or greater than symbol. Now remember, I can read that right to left and say W is greater than 4. True statement, right? Okay. 8 more than a number. 8 more than a number. 8 more than a number. 8 plus X. 8 more than whatever that number is greater than or equal to 10. Well, that's an equality again. 9 times. Now, whenever you see the quantity usually means you're going to want to put parentheses. That word quantity. So 9 times the quantity of 2 and X is 3. Okay? Now, here's the thing. 9 times the quantity of 2 and X. That's kind of vague. It's actually poorly written. 2 and X. Doesn't really tell me what's happening in there. I could understand if you translated that as 2 times X. But generally, when you see this, it's going to be 2 plus X.
2 and the x. It should be better written. Yes, sir.
Why would like 2 and 3 equality?
Because it has a less than or greater than symbol. Because if something's less than something, it's not equal to it. If something's greater than something, it's not equal to it. Okay? So let's say you two both got 95 on the test on Friday. You got an equal score, right? You have the same score. Well, let's say you got 95 and he got 94. Okay? Do you have equal scores? No, they're not equal. They're unequal. Right? One is greater than the other. One is less than the other. Okay? Does that make sense? Sorry to give you the 94. Okay, more practice. 12 less than a number. Okay? 12 less than a number. This is a tricky one. Because it doesn't say 12 is less than, it just says 12 less than, not is less than. 12 less than a number squared. Yes, sir?
Does it matter if you put the charge before the x?
Yes, it does. Good question. Because if I write it the other way, pay attention, this is a very good question. If I write this, is that 12 less than the other number? No, because I'm subtracting the other thing. 12 is being subtracted from the x squared. Okay, so 12 less than something else. So that's why it has to follow. Right. It's not an equality because it doesn't say is less than. Okay, and it's a fine point. If it was an inequality, it would say 12 is less than a number squared. Does that make sense? It's a really sticky point, but there's a slight difference. Is less than is an inequality. If I just say less than, it's a subtraction problem. Okay? 15 less a number. 15 less a number is 7. Oh, we forgot to put expression up here, sorry. That is an expression. So 15 less a number. Less is the same as minus. So it's saying 15 minus a number is 7. This is here is what makes it an equation. Triple Tina's salary, okay? Triple Tina's salary is Shannon's salary. So if you triple Tina's salary, you get Shannon's salary.
Two different variables, but that's okay.
3 times Trina's is Shannon's. And that is an equation because there's an equal sign. Twice the height. Twice the height. Increased by 3. Increased by 3 is 24 inches.
Again, you're just translating step by step, word for word.
Twice means 2 times. Height, we could use x, but usually in word problems like that, we use the letter that makes sense. So h. Increased means plus. Is means equals. Okay? And that equal sign makes an equation. The difference. So right off the bat, we know we have a subtraction problem.
The difference between Molly's age cubed
and Lexi's age. When we have a problem like this, we just go in order. So Molly's first. So Molly's age cubed and Lexi's age. Very good. The expression because there's no equal sign. And number 10, the last one on here, the product of the number of White Castle Burger's Kathy 8 and 3 is less than or equal to 24. So the product of the number of White Castles can't be 8. So W, White Castles. But it says the product of that and 3. Product means times. Okay, product means times. So the product of a number and 3, and here's the key point here, is less than or equal. Is less than or equal to 24. So there's the difference between 10 and 5. 10 has the word is less than, and number 5 just says less than. Seems like a picky point, I know, but it really is important. Okay, what's the difference? 4 less a number. Okay, just go in order. 4 less a number. This is the same thing as saying minus. So if you say, oh, 4 minus a number, you just write 4 minus that. Minus and less mean the same thing here. So 4 minus a number, 4 less a number. 4 less than a number means it's less than that. So it has to go second. And 4 is less than a number. And the key word here is that is right there. That's what turns it into an inequality. The difference between the first one and the third one. Okay. Objective. To define variables to represent unknowns, translate and solve applications of linear equations. So the perimeter is the distance around a shape. The distance around a shape. That's the perimeter. So if you've ever been watching a movie and they talk about, hey, make sure you walk the perimeter of the camp to make sure it's safe. Walk the perimeter of the castle, the prison. Guards will walk the perimeter. Okay? Or at a crime scene, those shows like CSI, they'll say, hey, rope off the perimeter with the yellow tape all the way around the crime scene. Perimeter means the distance around something. Okay, so it's always good in these type of problems to draw pictures. There's a picture already provided here, but if not, on a test, hint, draw a picture. So the length of a rectangle is 4 more than the width. The perimeter is 60 meters. Find both. All right? So it says the length is 4 more than the width. So think about it this way. You can pick L or W. You can have that be your starting point. What you want to look for is this word right here. Okay? And that's going to tell you what variable to use. Okay? So if I said I was 30 years older than you, I'm getting my age in reference to your age, right? Does that make sense? So I want you to be the variable. But if I said you were 30 years younger than me, then I'm going to be the variable. Does that make sense? You're looking for the reference point. What's it referring to? Are you referring to the students? Are you referring to me? Are you referring to length or the width? So it's defining the length in terms of the width. Okay? So we're going to call the W for width. Okay? And the length is 4 more than the width. So what's length going to be? Not just 4. It's 4 more than the width. Right, what's the width? What would we just call the width? W. So if it's 4 more than the width, what's the length? W plus 4, right. Right? The length is 4 more than the width. Do we know what the width is? we don't know what the width is. So we use the letter W. So if it's 4 more than the width, and we call the width W, it's 4 more than W. Okay? Does that make sense? So the width is W, and this is W plus 4. Now, we know the perimeter equals 60. Here's where a lot of people will make a mistake. They'll do this. Oh, W plus 4 equals 60. Is that right? Is W plus 4 equal to 60? No, why not? Look at the picture. It's only 2 sides, and it's 4 sides. Very good. So, don't I also need this part and this part? Right? If I only walk the perimeter of the camp, and I say, yeah, boss, I walked the perimeter of the camp. That's what I walked. Did I check the entire perimeter? No. And therefore, the bad guys might sneak in or escape or whatever. Okay? So, there's 2 ways to do this. You can write this one of 2 ways. You can write W plus W plus W plus 4 plus W plus 4 equals 60. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it would be 2 of these plus 2 of these equals 60. Right? 2 widths and 2 lengths. 2 times the width plus 2 times the length equals 60. It's going to be the same thing. It just depends on how your brain processes it. Okay? So, how many W's do I have up here? 4 W's. And I have 8 equals 60. And I would have got the same thing here. So I would have 2 W's here, 2 W's here, 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract 8, right? 52. Divide by 4. W equals 13. The width is 13. Now, what did we say the length was? The length is 4 more than the width, right? So what's 4 more than 13? 17. Now, real quickly in your calculator. Do 17 plus 17 plus 13 plus 13. Get the calculator. You're going to need it. It's half up. What do you get? Yeah, here's the trick. Add 17 and 13. And times it by 2. Very good. 17 plus 13 is 30. Times by 2 is 60. All right. Example 2. It says the width of a rectangle is 1 more than twice the length. So, I'm going to call length L. Hard to write a lowercase l, it's like a 1, but I want to write my length L because it says then the length. Now, what's the width? It says the width is 1 more than twice the length. If you want to use a capital L, it's easier to write, that's fine. We generally use small letters, but it's okay. Now, like I said, pictures make this easier. Okay, so length, width. All right? Label it. Now, what's my equation? Well, I want 2 of these plus 2 of these. And it equals 50. distribute my 2, I get 2L plus 2 plus 4L equals 50. I want to join my like terms. That's 6L plus 2 equals 50. Subtract 2, 6L equals 48. And if I divide by 6, I get 8. So my length is 8. What's my width? Plug that 8 in right there. 17. 2 times the length plus 1. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Okay, perimeter of a triangle is 246. If the longest side is twice the smallest side, and the middle side is 6 more than the shortest side, what's my reference point? What's everything referring to? If the longest side is twice the shortest side, and the middle side is 6 more than the shorter side, what's the reference point? Listen, guys. If the longest side is twice the shortest, and the middle side is 6 more than the shortest, what's everything referring to? Multiplication on the side. Listen carefully. The long side is 2 times the short side. The middle side is 6 more than the short side. What's everything being referred to? Everything's being compared to the short side, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to call the short side S. If the short side is S, what's the middle side? So we can't use the 3 different letters. We're comparing it to the short side. So read, what does it say? The short side, the middle side is what? 6 more than the short side. So if the short side is S, what's the middle side? 6 plus S, or S plus 6, doesn't matter. Very good. And then the long side, it says the long side is twice the small side. 2S. Right? Twice the short side. You got to find that starting point. Okay? You have to find the reference point. And here the reference point is the short side. Now, we're going to take this plus this plus this. S plus 6 plus S plus 2S, and what's the perimeter? What's the perimeter? What's the perimeter? Okay, so how many S's do you have here? How many S's? S plus 2S. How many S's? 4S. Plus 6 equals 246. So we subtract 6. 4S equals 240. We divide by 4. You don't need a calculator for this. How many times is 424? 6. Just put a 0 on. 60. So one side, the smallest side, is 60. What's the middle side? What's the middle side? If S is 60, what's the middle side? 66. Right? 6 more than the short side. And then what's the long side? 120. 2 times that. And again, the beauty of math, you can double check your work. If you add 66 plus 60 plus 120, you will get 246, and you know you did it right. Okay, consecutive numbers. This one usually throws people off. I want to tell you why. Well, this one isn't as much, but a little bit later. 2 unknown consecutive numbers. Okay, what does consecutive mean? Does it say the same? No. Consecutive. You know what consecutive means? Huh? 2 numbers after each other. Okay? If your team got consecutive wins, they got back-to-back wins, one after the other. Okay? Consecutive means one after the other. So what's a consecutive number for 5? 6, 17, 18, right? Consecutive numbers are one after another. Okay? So, 2 consecutive numbers. Okay? If one number is x, what's my next number going to be? X plus 1, right. Just one more than the previous number. So 5 plus 1 is 6. 17 plus 1 is 18. Consecutive numbers. Three unknown consecutive numbers. So my first number is going to be x. What's my next number going to be? X plus 1. And what's my next number going to be? X plus what? 2. Not 3. X plus 2. And test it. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5, 6, 7. 2 unknown consecutive even numbers. Huh? Right, we're doing variables. So what's my first unknown going to be? X. Pick a number in your head and make that word equal to. Very good. X plus 2. Because we don't want the next number. We want the next even number, which is 2 away. 2 plus 2 is 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. 22 plus 2 is 24. And it works the same for odd. So go ahead and put odd here. It's either one. Because, and here's the thing. What throws people off is a lot of times when they see odd, they think, oh, that's x plus 1, because 1 is odd. No. If I got 5, what's my next odd number? Which is 2 away from 5, right? So it doesn't matter whether it's even or odd. The x will take care of that. Consecutive, even, consecutive, odd are both 2 away from each other. 5 and 2 is 7, 6 and 2 is 8. Okay, the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 144. Okay, 3 consecutive numbers, back to back. So what's my first number? No, we don't know. X, good. What's my second number? X plus 1, very good. And what's my third number? X plus 2. Okay? X plus 1, X plus 2. Again, pick a number. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 2 is 7. 5, 6, 7. 3 numbers. Now it says the sum of these is 144. So you simply just write X plus X plus 1 plus X plus 2 equals 144. And now we're going to join like terms. Oopsie. How many x's do we have? 3 x's. Numbers. 1 plus 2 is 3 equals 144. Okay? So what are we going to do now? Can't divide yet. We have to subtract the 3 first, right? So that gives me 3x equals 141. Now what do we do? Now we divide by 3. And x is 47. Am I done? No, because that's just the first number. So what are my 3 numbers? If my first number is 47. Three consecutive numbers. Is 15 the next number after 47?
So,
48. 49. And again, the beauty of this is you can type those three in the calculator, add them up, and see if you get 144. And you will. Okay, the sum of two consecutive odd numbers is 188. Okay, so what's my first number going to be? Good. What's my second number going to be? What? Consecutive odd number. X plus 2. Remember, 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. Odd numbers are 2 apart. Even numbers are 2 apart. Because they're every other number. Now it says the sum of these. So the first number plus the second number is 188. So how many x's do I have? 2x plus 2 equals 188. What do I get rid of first? 2. So I divide by 2, subtract 2, and I get 2x equals 186. Now I divide by 2, we shouldn't be on our phones, x equals 93. Am I done? No. If 93 is my first number, what's my second number? 95. And if you add those two up, 5 plus 3 is 8, 9 plus 9 is 18, 188. Easy, breezy, beautiful terminal. The AC repair person charges $95 for the service call and diagnosis, 95 just to show up, then $45 an hour. If the replacement part costs $150 and the total bill was $380, how long did he work? Okay. So the service call is just a service call. That's just a flat fee. So we're just going to say H for hours. Okay? Now, let's think about it. 95 is just a flat fee, right? They're just paying that to show up. The 150 is just, that's for the part, right? And they charge $45 for every hour they're there, and the total bill was $380. That's how you translate it. Flat fee plus the part plus the rate equals $380. So we're going to add these together. 45H plus 5 plus 5 is 14. 245 equals 380. So the service fee and the part add up to $245. You're right, we're going to subtract that from both sides. Okay, so that's going to be 45 hours equals 135 bucks. And then if you divide by 45, you get 3, which is not my answer. He worked for 3 hours. You must answer with the word because it's a word problem. Okay, let's take a break and we'll come back. Okay, so one number is 3 less than twice the second number. Okay, so the second number is our starting point. So we're going to call the second number x. The first number is 3 less than twice the other number. How are we going to write that? 3 less than twice the second number.
3 minus. You said.
Remember, 3 is, well, it's right there. 3 is
less than, remember? So when it says less than, you have to put the 3 in the back.
X
X
is
is
greater than
not-
3.
X is X
No,
minus
Nicole.
3.
X minus 3 is very close.
It says 3 less than twice the number.
What's missing?
Twice the number. What does twice mean?
Times 2.
Right? 3 less than twice the number.
So it says those two together is 153. So x plus 2x minus 3 equals 153. How many x's do we have? 3x minus 3 equals 153. What do we get rid of first? Add 3 to both sides. 156, right? Divide by 3. X is what? I had 3, 115. You don't need a calculator for this. I had 3, 115. 5. I had 3, 1, 2. 6. 2. 52.
So that's my second number. My first number, I have to double that and subtract 3. So 52 times 2 on your calculator. Come on. 52 times 2.
So 52 and 101. Those are my two numbers.
52 times 2, which is 104, minus 3, 101. Last one. Perimeter of an isosceles triangle is 86 feet. Do you remember what an isosceles means?
Isosceles means two equal sides.
Okay. The base,
That's why it helps draw a picture.
the base is 5 more than the other sides.
Okay? Well, do we know what the other sides are? We just know they're equal, right?
So the base is 5 more than that.
X plus 5.
So our variables, the base
Is x plus 5,
and the legs
are x. Now, how many sides in a triangle? 3.
So leg plus
The base equals 86.
how many x's do I have?
4? 7?
How many x's do I have?
3. 3x plus 5 equals 86.
What do I do first?
Subtract the 5. So I get 3x equals 81. Divide by 3. X is 27. So the lengths are 27, 27, and what's 27 plus 5? 32 feet.
27, 27, and 32. Those are my 3 sides. And again, if I add those 3 up, I'll get 86. 1.6. Technically day 1, but you know. So writing algebraic expressions, equations, and inequalities. Okay, you evaluate an expression. Okay, you evaluate an expression. You can't solve an expression because there's no equal sign. All right, we solve equations and inequalities. Okay, we solve inequations and inequalities. So, for example, 3x plus 2 plus